What is good, guys? I am back live again, and today we are going to be playing a little bit of Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, so today we're going to play a little bit of Crash Bandicoot while I go. Story time. So I don't I don't treat myself any different than any other female. I've dealt with guys that are losers as well. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely know what it's like to date like a fucking a loser. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody. Yeah, Travis, I don't really know about connecting on Discord and all of that. You just need to like send me a PM. I don't really. Anyway, y'all. Yeah. So like I was saying, I dated a loser. So, mm. Oh shit, I remember this game. And so I dated this one dude, right? And this like I ain't gonna lie, I pay my own bills, so not saying that that's all that really matters is if somebody is like paying your bills and shit, but like I dated a guy that I met at a gym, right? And let me tell you about this guy, man. Like probably one of the like lamest people I ever fucking dated, to be honest. Motherfucker always like had a complaint about something, or I'm the kind of parent who gonna curse. I curse. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like me cursing has anything to do with whether or not I'm gonna be a good person. Like, it's motherfuckers who don't curse that's just straight up not a good person in general. Like, so I remember the motherfucker would come over to my crib every weekend almost. I like, damn, every time you come, you don't never just like you don't never just like bring no food when you come. Like y'all motherfuckers come to my house and like eat up my food. Then like little shit like, oh, we at the fun park. Uh my fucking my 3-year old at the time, I'm like, oh, we at the arcade, so my 3-year old is not gonna play games that's gonna give him tickets to get things from, how at the fun part y'all cash in y'all coins. My 3-year old doesn't know how to play games like that. So I'm like, oh, we need to just split the tickets because I know for a fact like my little one is not gonna he's not old enough to play games that's gonna give tickets. So I'm like, yo, if I pay for the arcade, which honestly it don't matter who the fuck paid. Like it really don't matter who paid. But I'm like, oh, we need to just split the tickets. That way they all can like get something from, you know what I'm saying, the prize box. Mind you, at the fun part, all of the fucking toys are cheap as shit. So it's like the kids ain't gonna get nothing but candy anyway. In reality, I could just buy the candy from the store. Like in reality, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't teach my kids to pride themselves on things that are like cheap, like shit that we could just buy. I teach my kids, you know, it's important to share because at the end of the day, it might be a situation where you don't have it. And guess what? A motherfucker gonna want you to share, or you gonna want a motherfucker to share with you. So I hear the motherfucker whispering. We was at Dave and Buster's out in Austin. I'm looking at this motherfucker. So I hear the motherfucker whispering to his daughter. I think they won like a little ticket for a certain amount out of the little machine or whatever. And he telling his daughter, he like, oh, you don't have to share any of this. This is yours. But I just told you that they was all gonna split the tickets. So it's like, what the fuck don't you get, my nigga? They sharing the fucking tickets, bro. So we get over there, and now, so we get over there, and we in the place. And you could just see it in his face, like he didn't want to share the tickets. I'm like, nigga, the shit that they getting out of here, I could just go to Walmart and buy. And I know you don't make as much money as me. Like, let's be clear, nigga. Compared to me, you really a broke nigga. Cause I'm a 6-figure female in real life. Like, any motherfucker that fuck with me, any dude that fuck with me is gonna have to know, like, I'm a 6-figure female. So I'm like, nah, they just gonna split this. You know what I mean? And then, so I go to the fun part with him, which is really not a fun park. It's one of those cheap ass places you can go and basically like you can it's called like Gaddy's Pizza, cheap little arcade. Nothing there is like, it's not Dave and Buster's. That's all I'm saying. It's really not Dave and Buster's. Decent place, it's just not Dave and Buster quality. Like, so he pays for Gaddy's Pizza. Gaddy's Pizza only has like I want to say they only have they give out like a $5, it's like a $5 token, right? You get 5 tokens when you pay for the meal. So obviously you paying for the cheapest fucking meal, correct? They only got $5 worth of tickets, maybe 10. I really think it was $5 though. But anyway, each kid got $5 worth of tickets. We go to cash in the stuff. We go to cash in the tickets, and I noticed that he pulls a card out of his pocket, and I'm guessing it's a card where they already was kind of like using the card. You know what I'm saying? So, cause they must go to this place without us. So I'm like, okay, he pulled out a card, and it's like a ton of tickets on there. So now he's at the register saying, oh, you don't have to share any of this. You don't have to share your stuff if you don't want to. I'm like, nigga, nobody is in competition with this weak ass shit, bro. Like, yo, I promise to God, lamest nigga I ever fuck with in my life. Lamest nigga I ever fuck with in my life, bro. I'm talking about, why you not teaching? So we get in the car, and his daughter is talking about how she didn't want her brother, which is his son, to share any of his candy with my kids. Oh, don't share any of your candy with them. So here go my son. Why can't you share? What is the big deal with sharing? Don't y'all come to our house and we share with y'all? What is the big deal with sharing? 'Cause my boy really ain't gonna take no shit. And mind you, it's like my kids ain't asking for shit because they know that I have it. When your kids know that you have it, they really not gonna ask for nothing. They not looking in another motherfucking direction asking them for shit. Not when your kids know that you have it. I promise you that. Like, kids who parents haven't, they not doing that shit, nigga. If it's something they want or something they need, they gonna go to the source. So, and they definitely not finna be crying or feeling some type of way if another motherfucker don't want to share with them. It's not like that. When kids know, my kids know I make 6 figures, bro. They know their mom. They know their mom. So my kids are the type where it's like, if we got down, like, okay, even right now, like, okay, I went out and bought my kids 2 gaming PCs. I bought my nephew a gaming PC. They got, you know what I'm saying, the big TV in the living room. They got the PlayStation when it first come out. They got the Xbox when it first come out. Like, they know that their mom is not poor. So it's like the things you teaching your kids to pride themselves on about, like, give me 1 minute. The things you teaching your kids to pride themselves on, it's like, nigga, that's how we know your kids just don't have it. Your kids are the type that probably would get excited when they get a pair of Jordans just because they just simply not used to, like, having shit. So here we go. We in the car, and my kid is like, yeah, why can't you share? Like, what is the big deal with sharing? She don't say nothing back. I'm looking at the dad. I'm looking at him, and I'm kind of like, I wonder if he gonna say something. He don't say shit. So I get to the house. I got, like, popsicles. She's wanting a popsicle. I'm like, no. I said, no, you can't get a popsicle. And then she just looks like, sad. So I'm like, yeah, well, how would you feel if somebody told you that you couldn't have anything? Like, that they don't have to share with you? Like, because that's how you raising your kids? Bro, you're a weirdo. Mind you, another thing, too, I never really seen a grown man, and normally I don't put nobody's business out there, but I personally have never seen a grown man sleep in bed with a fucking 7-year-old girl. Like, why are you still sleeping in bed with your daughter? Not to sexualize nobody with their kids, but, let's be real, though. So I personally have dated a loser. Almost like constantly saying negative shit about me because you know that I'm really a higher caliber than you. You will never be at my stature. You would never make more money than me. You don't have an education. You live in an apartment filled with roaches. These are things that I'm humble enough, because I grew up a certain kind of way, that I'm humble enough not to even talk shit about nobody living situation. You know what I mean? But, for example, my son wet the bed. Okay. So, therefore, every weekend, I had to wash my son's sheets. Like, every week, or sometimes 3 times a week. Hell, sometimes every day. Basically, when he wets, I have to get in there, wash his sheets, really clean his stuff from top to bottom. Okay, you telling me that your daughter is saying that my son's room smells like pee. Okay, but I went over to your apartment and you're letting your dog piss and shit in the apartment. Your animals are using the restroom in the apartment. It's doo-doo on the floor when somebody walks into your apartment. Do you really think, mind you, I'm like, yo, your apartment smells like animal feces. You think I give a fuck about what your child got to say about anything? So, I don't know, like, if I had to really think about it, y'all, if you know that a person is, like, not really like your type of guy, like, or your type of female, they kind of beneath you and shit like that, don't date them. I'm telling you, bro. Cause honestly, like, I'm so glad right now. Like, I'm married. I recently got married, and I can't even believe that I even like dealt with a nigga like that was that fucking like beneath me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my god, just so beneath me. Like, in reality, I would have never really even spoke to you, but I was like kind of like bored, and you had a body. You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested in the body portion of it. But yeah, nah, y'all. If you know they beneath you, leave them alone. It ain't even worth it. They got a fucking 1-bedroom apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment, and you got a 2-story house. Nigga complaining about what you eat when you go out to the restaurant. You complaining about me getting a steak. Nigga, you sound so fucking like feminine, nigga. Like, real men don't be concerned with that shit. I'm telling you. Real niggas don't be concerned with that shit. A real nigga really ain't even finna ask you for nothing either. Like, nigga always wanted to ask for something. It didn't matter what it was. He just needed to ask for something. Like, yo, you don't have any shame in your game. Like, you are a loser. Yeah, so like I said, if you know that a nigga is beneath you, don't waste your time dating no nigga that's beneath you, man. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time dating a female that's beneath you. If they always fucking need something, don't even waste your time dealing with them. I swear to God. I swear to God. I mean, Buddy was cool in certain aspects, but like I said, it just, I knew that he was a lame, you know what I'm saying? Like, before I came out here to South Carolina, I think he might have thought that we was gonna like, that I was still gonna like be with his ass or whatever, right? I'm like, nah, I had already kind of had it in my mind. I said, shit, I'm gonna use this nigga. I'm gonna use this nigga to help me move my furniture out of my barbershop, which the nigga barely even did that shit right. Cause like I said, this nigga is like lower caliber, so you can't really expect much out of him. He can't do much. I never been around a nigga like this. I'm telling you, bro. I'm used to dealing with like manly men. I swear to God. But this nigga couldn't even do that right. Had to yell at his ass about that. But I'm like, let me use him to help me move my stuff out my barbershop, and then possibly use his ass to help me move the stuff out of my house. Went up to Texas, stayed at the nigga house. Didn't give him no ass, because at the time I already done started like, I'm really getting it in now with my husband, so I'm not fucking you, you know what I'm saying? So I stayed at his house for free, didn't fuck. Called himself making me a breakfast. I didn't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like I said, I had already was fucking with my husband at the time, so therefore I'm like, I'm just gonna use your ass for a place to stay, and that's it. But or to help me move, I should say. But so fast forward, he helping me fast forward, he's helping me move my stuff out of my house. This nigga is in my house digging through my kitchen. That's something like that a motherfucker like me don't play. Like, why you got all these muscles if you're not gonna pick up anything to move anything? I'm like, yo, I don't need you to clean out my kitchen. I said, if anything, I need you to go and lift stuff. I'm like, go lift those heavy items and take them outside. He didn't want to do that. So then he made up an excuse saying he needed to go and get some money from his dad because he lost his wallet. I'm like, bro, just go. You nothing but a lame ass nigga anyway. Like, just get your lame ass away from me. Like, if my water wasn't off at my house, because when I got to Colleen, my fucking water was off in the house. It's because I wasn't staying in there, so I'm like, I ain't gonna keep paying a fucking bill if I don't stay in the house. So my water was off. So my water off, and at this point, I'm like, all right, I need a place to stay. I don't feel like paying for no motherfucking hotel. Stayed at his shit. Uh, I guess, I guess, he thought I wasn't gonna know that he never really went to go get any money from his dad. So when I drove past the nigga house, I saw the nigga truck parked in his yard. I'm like, what is it with this nigga, bro? Just say you don't feel like helping and leave it the fuck at that. Just say that. Like, mind you, I'm already fucking using your ass anyway. Like, just say that. So I get over there to his house later on, and he's like steady trying to like sleep with me and shit. Bro, I'm not fucking you at all. Put your shit away. I'm not interested at all. You a lame ass nigga. You sorry as fuck. Like, if it was any fucking chance that I was gonna keep fucking with you, you kind of ruined it. I'm not fucking with you. I will not give my body to your lame, weird ass. Because, like, in reality, you could fuck with niggas, like, here's how it go. A nigga could, like, not even be your dude. He not really your man. But he's still gonna make sure you have something to eat. Or he's still gonna make sure, like, if you moving out your apartment, he gonna help you the fuck out and help you move out your apartment or your house or whatever the case may be. Like, he might not be your nigga. He ain't your man. But he's a man. A real man is gonna participate with shit like that. So, I'm like, yo. The nigga had the nerve to say, oh, you gave your keys to your yard man to help you goddamn, cause he was helping you move. Hold on, y'all. Let me grab something. Yeah, so the nigga like, oh, you gave your keys to your yard man. You wouldn't even give me the keys to your house. You gave it to your yard man that you claim you're not sleeping with. I said, nigga, unlike you, my yard man is like a real man. He's gonna come through and cut my grass. Even if I don't have the money, he gonna come through and cut my grass. He gonna come through and check my house to make sure nothing is going on in my house. That's a man. Your weak ass will never get my house keys, nigga. Like, what? Then I'm like, nigga, my yard man comes to be of service. You come around asking for shit. It's a big difference. Yeah, I'm like, nigga, my yard man comes to be of service, nigga. Like, you would never get my keys. A nigga that's gonna ask me for shit, any nigga that's like asking me for shit, it really don't even matter what it is. Like, if you the type of nigga that's asking me for stuff every chance you get, you the type of nigga that's never getting my keys, bro. I don't give a fuck. And I ain't want your weird ass in my motherfucking cabinets. Nigga in the kitchen clean out my kitchen. You got all these muscles. Why the fuck is you not lifting a box or some shit? Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you in my kitchen? Like, it's almost like you just in my kitchen to see what the fuck you could take out of here. Get your weird ass on. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm like, nigga trying to say, I'm sleeping with the yard man. You hear how the fuck you sound? Maybe the yard man don't come around asking for shit. Maybe the yard man would have made sure that. Talking about, mind you, my yard man already let me know that he got mad because the nigga was supposed to move shit out of my house and my yard man is like, yeah, when the nigga came in the house, it was like the nigga was like peeping around and shit. And he was like, if he was supposed to come in and just move stuff from the shop to the garage, then that's what he should have been doing, not in there going all in the rooms and shit like that. Yeah, my yard man already told me what the fuck you was doing, nigga. You was in there trying to fucking steal. That's what you was doing. You was in there trying to see if there was something in there that you could take. Because you're a fucking loser. Like, oh God. But yeah, y'all. I have dealt with a fucking loser. Like, ew, get the fuck away from me. Y'all, I was so fucking disgusted. I'm like, oh my God. I just gotta deal with this nigga to get all of my stuff moved. And after this shit is moved, I'm leaving his lame ass the fuck alone. Like, I swear to God. But yeah, I done dealt with a loser. So it's like, for me, you know, women, when you set your boundaries with a nigga, just stick to your boundaries. Like, oh God, like, unless you're using a nigga for something, like, I don't know. Me personally, like, if I ain't married to you, really, I'm probably using you for something, whether that be sex or, like I said, this nigga had muscles, so I'm like, oh, if I move, he can lift some shit. Cause when you single, you need like 3 different niggas to make one. So, plus he seemed like on the safe side because he was a single parent. But if it was on some like, we gonna be together shit, it just, Not to mention a nigga is a fucking weird ass liar too, like. I remember the nigga sent me some paperwork, copies of a paperwork talking about he filed for divorce. I'm like, all right. Y'all tell me why this nigga never did file for divorce. This nigga never did file for divorce. The nigga had a nerve to tell me, I just asked the nigga before I got married, I'm like, oh, I asked him. Matter of fact, when I was over there, when I was in Texas, I'm like, yo, so did you already like? I'm like, what's going on with your divorce? I mean, you've been filed. You know what I'm saying? Like, mind you, at the time I was getting a divorce, so I'm like, it don't take that long to get divorced. Oh, it's things that we haven't agreed upon when it comes down to the kids. We legally separated. I said, nigga, Texas don't even have. There's no such thing as a legal separation in Texas. I'm like, yo, I gotta leave this nigga the fuck alone. This nigga be making up shit. It's comical as fuck. This nigga is like a waste man. Oh my god. It's some people. It's certain people in life. Like, for example, my dad is single. He'll probably be single for the rest of his life because of his attitude. He does not work well with others. I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at this nigga after he made up that lie about me legally separated. I'm like, okay, this nigga really is probably gonna be single forever. Like, he might get a female to waste her time for a year or so, but that's it. Ain't nobody buying the package. Ain't nobody buying the package. But hell yeah, y'all. Set your boundaries. And just go based off that. Like sometimes, like me and my homegirl was like, oh, let's just try dating outside of our type. You know what I'm saying? So that really just was something that we was trying out. We both was dating people outside of our type. But yeah, like I'm like, nah, this nigga is way outside of my type. Like this nigga is beyond outside of my type. This nigga is somebody I wouldn't even date at all. I swear to God. I like manly men. I like real manly men. I tell you what, like I don't deal with. I'm from I'm from St. Helena Island, South Carolina, so I'm Gullah Geechee, so I don't even deal with motherfuckers that's like telling me how to talk. I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm very educated. I don't need nobody telling me how to talk. Go to your room if you can't talk like a big boy, Jacob. Like if you can't tell me what the fuck it is that you want, then go to your room. You old enough to use your words. Yeah, I dealt with this one lame ass nigga from Barber College. I couldn't believe the motherfucker was telling me I don't like you like that. I'm looking at Buddy like, bro, you can't even dress. Nigga, you can't dress at all. Nigga, you dress like Cash Money is taking over for the 99 and the 2000s. I can tell you don't have no money by the way you fucking dress. Don't ever try to play me. I ain't even bother to try to embarrass Buddy. I just cut him off. Cut him off. Yeah, like I don't know, like I don't deal with a lot of shit. That's like that's like I remember talking to my baby daddy or new wife. I don't even know why she was so interested in talking to me. Like, what the fuck you want with me? Leave me the fuck alone. Like my oldest son's dad has always been a loser. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not that cute. He's very like average, below average. He's not all of that. Oh, well, he said that you guys were just friends. I said, yeah, but that's not true. But nobody gives a fuck if he doesn't claim me because in reality, he is a fucking loser. After I pay my bills, I still have money left. I ain't starting what that buck teeth motherfucker got to say about me at all. Whatsoever. Ain't nobody begging for this nigga to tell motherfuckers that we had anything going on. Cause trust and believe, sometimes you look at your ex and you like, damn, I wouldn't even deal with you in today's time. That's how it is with Buddy. I wouldn't even deal with you in today's time. So the fact that the girl just felt the need to tell me that he said that, I'm like, okay, who gives a fuck? Like, my baby daddy is lame. What are you talking about? Like, all like for real. Very lame. Like, nigga, you married somebody you didn't know. You met her off Twitter. You met her in Burlington. Cause the bitch worked at Burlington. So you met her in Burlington. You married the bitch. You married her. And as soon as you got deployed to Korea, it was another nigga in your house. I don't give a fuck that you don't claim me, bro. Seriously. I don't know. I guess the girl just wanted to know why he don't have nothing negative to say about me. I said, he don't have nothing negative to say about me because he did me wrong. Why would he have something negative to say about me when you driving a bitch around in my car? You riding the other girl around in my car. She don't have a car. She a loser. She don't got no car. She don't got no education. She don't got nothing. You riding the girl around in my car and cheating all over me. Why would you have anything bad to say about me? I ain't never did nothing to you to say nothing bad about me. That's why he don't have nothing negative to say because I never did anything to him. Nobody created no fucking beef. It was no fucking beef when you ran off with that other girl. I didn't give a fuck. Guess what? Because you didn't have no money when we was dating. You did not have no money. You never had any money. Never. You literally never had money. So I'm like, yo, why the fuck? I told him like, yo, why the fuck your new wife always trying to reach out to me? Leave me the fuck alone. Like, I'm not interested in your ass at all. What about? He said y'all was just friends. When? Was that before or after he was riding another bitch around in my car? Make it make sense. Girl, shut the fuck up. We just friends. I said, girl, we was never friends. And why you worried about the past? That was over 10 years ago. All that information he telling you about me, I don't even talk about him at all. I don't talk about him. None of my new niggas is asking me about this nigga at all. Like, he doesn't come up in conversation. Come on. He does everything for my daughter. I said, girl, he don't take care of his kids. It don't matter how you try to boost that shit up. Like, that nigga don't take care of his kids, and if you don't stay with his ass, he ain't taking care of yours. I did a lot of shit in my day, but I ain't never got with a nigga that wasn't taking care of his kids, like, at all. I won't. I won't. I won't. Never gonna deal with a nigga that don't take care of his fucking churn. Tell me, oh, I think he really loved that other girl because he was boohoo crying. Girl, these niggas be crying because they embarrassed. These niggas be crying because you didn't know you was gonna get played. You thought you was a player, but you got played. Didn't I tell you to stop all that crying? Did you wash off, Jacob? Okay, I can't. You're definitely not gonna do this. We're gonna end it now. Use your words. Did you bathe? Okay, go to your room. Go to your room. I'm not gonna keep. Go to your room. Sit down. I'm not gonna do this with you. Oh, somebody's being a fucking maniac. You did not bathe. What? No, you should learn how to use your words. We're not finna keep on doing that. Damn.